Hello friends and welcome to the video series Think and Grow Rich. I am your host Dr. Yogesh, and through this video series I am helping you to make the best use of your subconscious mind to achieve greater success in your life. So today we are going to start chapter number 10. As you know, this is a series in which every day I am coming with a new chapter of Think and Grow Rich and explaining it in my way. So today, chapter number 10, the mystery of sex transmutation, the 10th step towards riches. This chapter is talking about the mystery of sex transmutation. Now, in many cultures out there, talking about sex is still a taboo. In many cases, people may not even watch a video which is having a title like this because it's a taboo, it's something dirty, it's something weird, it's something different. That is what people are thinking. Here, Napoleon Hill is talking about how to use it as a power. Let's understand the meaning of the word transmute is, in simple language, the changing or transferring of one element or form of energy into another form of energy. So when we talk about sex transmutation, transmute means changing from one form of energy to other form of energy, and here what we are transferring is the energy of sex. Take example, those lights which are out there, what they are doing. There is an electrical power which gets transferred and which gets transmuted into light. It's an electrical power which gets transmuted into air. It's an electrical power which heats your food in the microwave oven. So power keeps changing, power keeps transferring, and that's what we are talking about. We have already studied in this science. If you go back to your school days, we have studied the power cannot be created nor it can be destroyed. So we cannot create power, we cannot destroy power. It only transfers from one element to other element. So here Napoleon Hill is saying, like, you might be wondering, we are talking about think and grow rich, how to become rich by thinking, and all of a sudden why a topic like sex is coming into the picture. He says that the emotion of sex has back of its possibility of three constructive potentialities. Why people have sex? Because of three constructive potentialities. The first is the perpetuation of mankind. Of course, without that it won't happen. Second is the maintenance of health as a therapeutic agency. It has no equal. So if you want to maintain a good health, having a healthy sex is what doctor prescribe, is what the nature says, and there is nothing shameful about it. There is nothing wrong about it. It's a gift to a mankind. It's a gift by nature that you be healthy. And the third is the transformation of mediocrity into genius through transmutation. That's the thing. Take example of animals and manpower. You know the difference, that animals are just living for their basic needs and that's it. They do not have brain, they do not have mind, they can't have all those things. Like we have got a freedom of speech, we have got thought process, we think what is good, what is bad, how to grow, that animals can't do. So animals, when they do sex, that is purely for physical purpose. But when man, Napoleon Hill is saying, when man is doing sex, he need to understand that if you want to transform from mediocrity to a genius, sex is one of the answers. Sex transmutation is simple and easily explained. It means the switching of the mind from thought of physical expression to thought of some other nature. In majority of the cases, when we think about sex, when we discuss about sex, or when we are into that particular action, a person generally goes into a physical pleasure. What he is seeking is a physical pleasure. That is what is a basic level activity according to Napoleon Hill. He says that beyond physical expectation or beyond physical expression, if you transmute that energy to become something different, to become something wonderful, that's where the changes will take place. He also said that the transmutation of sex energy calls for exercise of willpower, to be sure, but the reward is worth the effort. It requires willpower. It requires willpower. It requires effort, because it is but natural that a man would always go into a physical, what you can say, expression, or a physical enjoyment, or physical happiness. That is not what it is. Basically, when we are into the like a male and female, when they are into a sexual relationship, understand this. This is very important. When you are into a sexual relationship, when you are doing it, you are into a different state of mind. During that state of mind, there is no other thought, there is nothing, and that's what we call it as a state of meditation. That's what is a state wherein the door of subconscious gets wide open. For that, people struggle a lot to get into that state. But when a person is into a sexual activity, he by default goes into that state. Now, when you are into that particular state of mind, at that time, what you do in your mind, that will make you either mediocre or a genius. If someone is into that state of mind, but he is only focusing on his physical experience, he is only focusing on his physical enjoyment, in that case, he is just doing a mediocre life. But the moment somebody focuses on some bigger vision, somebody focuses on some goals of the life and how to achieve that, somebody may focus on a question that I want an answer for X, Y, or Z. In that case, my dear friends, you start becoming genius, because you are using that state of mind. Again, I am repeating, you are using that state of mind to create something better. To create something better. Also, he has got a very important and interesting finding out of his research. You know that this book is based out of the research done by Napoleon Hill of all those millionaires and millionaires of that time. He spent 20 odd years into all this research. He found out something very interesting. If you are above 40 and you are still thinking that I am not yet successful, this is very important piece of information for you. He says that why men seldom succeed before 40. Why very few people become successful before 40? Because he said that I discovered from the analysis of over 25,000 people that men who succeed in an outstanding way seldom do so before the age of 40, and more often they do not strike the real pace until they are well beyond the age of 50. This fact was so astonishing that it prompted me to go into the study of its cause most carefully, carrying the investigation over a period of more than 12 years. Guys, 12 years he studied, and 25,000 people he interviewed, he studied, and found out that those people are not successful before the age of 40, and the real success took place after the age of 50. The pace was very increasing at the age of 50 and above. Why so? Why less than 40? Again, I am not saying, or he is not saying that less than 40 people don't get success. They get success, but the ratio of people getting success increases after the age of 40 and it stabilizes at the age of 50. Moving ahead, let's understand what he is studying. This study disclosed the fact that major reason why the majority of men who succeeded do not begin to do so before the age of 40 to 50 is their tendency to dissipate their energies through the overindulgence in physical expression of the emotion of sex. Less than 40 people were expressing all the energy of sex into the physical form. They were just enjoying it as a physical activity. But what happens after 40? The majority of the men never learn that the urge of sex has other potential possibilities which far transcend and importance that one mere physical expression. The majority of those who make this discovery do so after having rested many years at a period when the sex energy is at its highest prior to the age of 45 to 50. This is usually followed by noteworthy achievement. Very astonishing, guys. Till the age of 40, maybe most of the people, they are into a physical expression of sex. They just want to enjoy the sexual activity as a mere physical activity. But he says that the moment after 40, a person understands that this is not a mere physical activity, rather this is a spiritual activity, rather this is an activity which will help connect subconscious to the infinite intelligence. The doors are open, it's like a highway, we can do whatever we want, and that is where people start using sexual activity as a means to achieve the goal. He also says some more important things. The year between 40 and 50 are as a rule the most fruitful. Man should approach this age not with fear and trembling but with hope and eager anticipation. 40 to 50 is the age wherein you have learned lot of things in your life. You have learned that sex is not mere a physical activity, but it's more of a meditation kind of activity. It's more of like an activity wherein the consciousness is at a different level, a subconscious and the infinite intelligence or the super intelligence or the super conscious, they are ready to get connected. Then if you focus on something else, then things will not work out. And that is what people in the age of 40 and 50 understand, and as they understand, then they take different set of actions. They never ever think sex only as a physical activity but as a different level. It is like that. It is like that when you have an option open for infinite intelligence. You have an option open which can solve any problem of your life, but you are saying no to it. You are saying no to it. Imagine somebody is giving you a blank check and he is saying put whatever amount you want to put, that would be granted, and you require $100 today for some XYZ expenses, and you are so desperate to get those $100 only, you put $100 on that blank check and you encash that check only for $100, which could be worth $100 million as well. But you were focusing only on the enjoyment of $100 because you wanted to have maybe a drink in the evening, and that's what you wanted to have, or you wanted to have a short-term satisfaction. It is not a long-term gratification, it's a short-term gratification. That is what you wanted. So that $100, that blank check, you encash for just $100. It could be encashed for any other amount. That's exactly Napoleon Hill is trying to say about sex transmutation. That's the power. That's the power wherein the mind is at a different level, mind is at a different state. We are talking about alpha states of mind, beta state of mind, theta state of mind. Mind is at the peak during the action, and there, if you merely focus only on physical enjoyment, you are taking a blank check and giving it for $100. Always remember that. I hope you have understood the nuances of sex transmuting and you will follow it in a right way. Having said that, let's stop this video for now and we meet in the next video with a new topic. Till that time, take care. Bye bye. Thank you.